to get into the world market, and mainly the U.S. market. And so China's going to play along with the program. They're not going to step out of line.
I have two questions regarding the IRAs, the retirement plans. What is the likelihood of the government nationalizing the private retirement plans and other public pension plans? And that's in from Charlie and Bonnie. And James Hart has a, I didn't mean to say last name. Sorry, James. James wants to know about what is your update opinion concerning possible government interference in IRA and 401k plans, considering your latest international forecaster issue concerning possible closure of banks and devaluation default of the U.S. dollar in the next 2 to 3 months, 2 to 4 months.
Well, I didn't say in the article that banks were going to close. Banks are going to go bankrupt, and they won't save them because they want to steal them. That's what that whole game is all about. And they want the 19 banks to have all the business if they can get away with it. And probably half of the 8,500 banks that exist will go under over the next several years. But I don't think banks are going to close their doors in the next 4 months, collectively, or be closed by the government. I think it could happen eventually, but that is not the impetus to the problems I see coming. That will come later. They're going to print money and credit indefinitely to keep these entities up because they own them all. And so I don't see that as an immediate threat. Could be, but I don't think so. But, you keep some cash at home, so if the banks are down, you'll be able to spend some cash. Of course, if credit and debit cards don't work, that's not so hot. And if you can't access your funds, that's not good. I had a broker ask me this morning, do you think that if they put a freeze on money in banks, would they do that in brokerage houses? They do it to everything. But I don't see that in the immediate future. I see it happening, but not over a short period of time. And let's say it happened next February. How long are the banks going to be shut down for? The whole society is built, as far as payments concerned, in the banking system. They shut that down, the whole country shuts down. So they're not going to shut it down arbitrarily. What they're going to do is they're going to get the banking system up again as quickly as they can in some way. And so how long would banks be closed? Maybe the first time around, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 3 days. I don't know. It all depends on how difficult the situation is. And it's a very, very hard question to answer because no one has a timeline on that.
This is in from Wes. Does the Fed have any arrows left in its quiver? Since the crisis began, the Fed has used monetary policy tools that he didn't even realize they had available, like the TARP, the TALF, the PPIP. Does the Fed have anything else that we haven't heard of to get us through the economy? What ammunition does the Fed have left to use?
I think just increasing money and credit and making money out of thin air. That's all they've got. And they'll do it as long as they can, and all of a sudden they won't be able to do it anymore. Or they'll arrange for it not to be able to be done anymore, because maybe it'll be when they want to pull the plug. Don't forget, this just didn't happen. They created all this. They did it to bring in world government. This is what they're up to.
Here's a question. The Lebanese army sources said on Saturday that the country's military had been placed on full alert ahead of Israel's large-scale Homefront command drill expected to begin on Saturday.
So,
are they on full alert?
I don't know.
Didn't I read something about the Army increasing, going to DEFCON 2?
Yes, I did see that. But that was because of North Korea.
I got so many questions in this weekend. I'm going back. Those were the easiest ones to find. Get so much junk mail in there, too. It's hard to... And folks, remember, always put a subject line. Because usually I will not open it if it doesn't have anything. There's a question. A lot of questions about IRAs, and so I'll just make a comment now.
Well, we didn't even answer it. And it's very simple. I haven't heard anything new. And it's supposedly in committee. That is the possibility of rolling retirement plans into Social Security. I have no idea whether they're going to drop it in committee or what. But I'll tell you this. If they ever try to bring it out of committee and into the floor, I will get everybody out of their retirement funds. Because you can't take the risk of staying in. Because if they roll your retirement into Social Security, you get screwed royally. And another thing that's going to happen is that people will try to get out, like my recommendations to the subscribers. And when they get out, they're going to be selling these funds of one form or another, IRAs, Kias, pensions, whatever. They're going to be selling securities. Now, in selling the securities, they're going to drive the markets down. So you want to be out. And I think one of the things that would keep government from doing all this is people like myself saying, hey, they got this thing out of committee, it's on the floor, get out. The stock market would be just absolutely decimated. So that's something they got to take into consideration before they start something like that.
And I think I got a couple of questions that you received also about the bond bubble. I guess we'll just have to bring those to you on Wednesday. And if you have any questions that we didn't address today, we'll address those. And, of course, any new ones, please send those, and so we can discuss them on Wednesday's program. So we will be back. Robert and myself, Alfred Dask will be on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So, and then give us a call at 800-375-4188. Thank you, Bob.
See you on Wednesday.
Good night, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Good night, folks. Take care, and God bless.